Aquarius, stop scrolling. No, seriously, this is the moment you pause, because this message is not for everyone. It never was. In fact, 99% of people will hear this and brush it off. They'll keep scrolling, they'll laugh, they'll doubt, and later, they'll wonder why things didn't change for them. Because January 19th is not just another date on the calendar. Something just happened. Quietly, behind the scenes, no noise, no warning, a shift you couldn't see, a decision you weren't told about, a line crossed in the unseen world. And here's what makes this uncomfortable. If you're watching this right now, you are already part of it. You didn't randomly click this video. Algorithms didn't suggest it by accident. This video didn't show up on your screen. It found you. That's not motivation, that's alignment. Because Aquarius, January 19th activates something that's been watching you for a long time. Watching how you handled pressure. Watching how you stayed quiet when you wanted to react. Watching how you kept going when nothing made sense. Most people never get noticed like that. But you did. One door is opening for you, not slowly, not politely. It's cracking open right now. And another door, one you kept walking back to, is closing forever. And this is where it gets serious. Because if you make one wrong move today, one emotional reaction, one impulsive decision, one careless conversation, you don't lose everything, but you delay a miracle that was timed specifically for Aquarius. That's why this feels heavy. That's why your chest feels tight. That's why your intuition feels louder than usual. Your soul already knows something is happening. But here's the twist. The opportunity coming toward you does not look dramatic at first. No fireworks, no applause, no instant reward. It looks subtle, almost too normal. And that's why most Aquarius will miss it. They'll overthink it. They'll hesitate. They'll talk themselves out of it. And by the time they realize what it was, it's already gone. January 19th is not about action. It's about response. Not what you say out loud, but what you choose internally. Because something is testing one thing today. Are you ready to stop surviving and start receiving? This moment separates two types of Aquarius. Those who stay stuck replaying old cycles and those who quietly step into a new timeline. No announcement, no explanation, just movement. And here's the part most people don't tell you. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. That's why chasing hasn't worked. That's why forcing things backfired. That's why silence has felt safer lately. You were being positioned, prepared, protected. But here's the warning. Talk less today. Reveal nothing. Trust your first instinct, not your fear. Because someone or something is watching how you move after this message, not before, after. And the response you choose determines how fast the next 30 days unfold. This is why I need you to do something simple, but powerful, not for me, for you. Comment, I am ready. Not because it's trendy, not because everyone else is doing it, but because it signals a decision, a line in the sand, a message to the universe that says, I'm done doubting this. I'm done delaying this. I'm ready for what's next. You'll understand why this matters as this video continues. Aquarius, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next is the reason January 19th will be remembered as the day everything quietly changed. Aquarius, listen carefully. You were never lucky. Luck is random. What happened to you was intentional. You weren't moving slower than others. You weren't behind. You weren't forgotten. You were being watched. While others were loud, you were observed. While others rushed, you were tested. While others showed off, you were measured. That's why your path looked unfair. That's why progress felt delayed. That's why things didn't click when they should have. Because January 19th confirms something most people will never hear. You were quietly selected, not publicly, not loudly, not all at once, but deliberately. Your delays were not punishment, they were protection. Your silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Your loneliness wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. You were removed from chaos so you could be sharpened in peace. You were pulled away from distractions so you could learn discernment. You were slowed down so you wouldn't enter the wrong doors too early. And yes, there were moments you almost broke. Moments you questioned everything. Moments you wondered if staying quiet was a mistake. Moments you felt invisible, but someone noticed. Not the crowd, not social media, not the people who doubted you. Something higher noticed. Your patience when others complained. Your restraint when you had every reason to react. Your refusal to become bitter, loud, or reckless. You didn't collapse under pressure. You held your posture, and that's rare. January 19th marks the moment that quiet observation turns into recognition. But here's the part no one prepares you for. But here's the twist. The same people who underestimated you, the ones who dismissed you, the ones who assumed you were falling behind, are about to need you. Not because you announced success, not because you demanded respect, but because your energy changed. They'll feel it before you say a word. Suddenly, people listen when you speak. Suddenly, your presence carries weight. Suddenly, doors open that were locked for no clear reason. And this is where most Aquarius make a mistake. They explain. They justify. They overshare. Do not do that. This phase is not about convincing anyone. It's about positioning. Your power right now is not loud. It's contained. It's the kind of power that doesn't need applause. It's the kind of authority that doesn't ask permission. The universe didn't select you to prove anything. It selected you to move differently. That's why silence is critical right now. Silence protects momentum. Silence confuses opposition. Silence keeps energy intact. The more you talk, the more power leaks. The more you explain, the more resistance forms. January 19th rewards Aquarius who understand this. You don't need validation anymore. You don't need approval. You don't need to announce growth. Your results will speak soon enough. And here's something important. Being selected doesn't mean it gets easier. It means it gets more precise. Your choices matter more now. Your reactions matter more now. Your boundaries matter more now. You're no longer in the testing phase. You're in the placement phase, where you stand, who you allow, what you tolerate. All of it decides how fast the next door opens. And yes, some people will feel uncomfortable around you now, not because you did anything wrong, but because your frequency no longer matches who they thought you were. Let them be confused. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Do not over-explain your silence. Do not reveal plans prematurely. You're not hiding. You're holding timing, holding power, holding alignment. Aquarius. Selection doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with clarity. And if this message feels personal, if it feels like someone just described your journey, that's your confirmation. Comment. Selected, not for hype, not for trend, but as acknowledgement. Because once you recognize selection, you can't unsee it. And what comes next will require the version of you that survived quietly and never broke. Aquarius. This part explains everything you've been feeling, because something has been blocking you for months. And no, it wasn't bad luck. It wasn't people working against you. It wasn't timing being off. It was something harder to see. An invisible resistance, a quiet wait, a subtle delay. A feeling that no matter how much effort you put in, something just wouldn't move. You felt it when plans stalled. You felt it when motivation dipped for no reason. You felt it when things almost worked. But not quite. That wasn't failure. That was a block. And here's the shocking part. You didn't create it, and you couldn't force it away. Because some blocks are not meant to be fought. They're meant to be timed. January 19th is that timing. Something cracked. Not loudly, not dramatically, but decisively. And that's why today feels different. You may notice a sudden mental clarity, an emotional release you didn't expect, a strange calm after chaos, or pressure lifting from your chest. That's not mood, that's not coincidence, that's alignment snapping into place. The resistance didn't move slowly, it broke. And once it breaks, everything starts moving at once. But here's the twist. When a hidden block breaks, it doesn't just free your future, it ends your past. You cannot go back to who you were, not emotionally, not mentally, not energetically. Old habits won't fit anymore. Things you tolerated before will irritate you now. Conversations you once entertained will feel draining. And some people, they won't be able to reach you anymore, not because you're avoiding them, but because you're no longer vibrating on the same level. This is where many Aquarius self-sabotage. They feel the shift and panic. They try to recreate comfort. They reach back to familiar pain. They question the calm. Because freedom feels unfamiliar after a long season of pressure. If fear shows up today, do not obey it. Fear always appears right before expansion. Fear's job is not to protect you. It's to test whether you're serious. January 19th asks one question. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you. The block didn't break so you could rush. It broke so you could move clean. Clean decisions, clean energy, clean intentions. No more forcing, no more chasing, no more convincing. You're stepping into a phase where effort is replaced by alignment. That doesn't mean you stop moving. It means movement finally works with you. But, and this is important, once the block is gone, the universe watches how you respond. Do you respect the calm or create chaos out of habit? Do you trust the clarity or doubt it because it feels unfamiliar? The block breaking is not the miracle. Your response is. This is why January 19th is dangerous for people who are addicted to struggle. Because peace feels empty when you've been fighting for too long. But Aquarius, peace is not emptiness. It's space. Space for better choices. Space for better connections. Space for opportunities that couldn't reach you before. And yes, you may feel people pulling away. Let them. You may feel less reactive. That's growth. You may feel less interested in explaining yourself. That's authority forming. You didn't lose motivation, you lost resistance, and that changes everything. The next few days will reveal this clearly. Things that once drained you will fall away effortlessly. Decisions that once felt impossible will feel obvious, and moments will come where you realize, oh, this is what alignment feels like. Comment, block removed. Not because words have magic, but because acknowledgement does. You name the shift. You lock it. You recognize the release. You respect it. Aquarius. This was not random. This was timed. And now that the block is gone, what comes next moves fast. Stay with me. Because the next message explains why people around you are already feeling the difference, even if you haven't said a word yet. Aquarius, listen very carefully now, because this part changes how you see everything. You weren't forgotten, not overlooked, not skipped, not left behind, even when it felt quiet, even when nobody checked on you, even when progress looked invisible. Your name was still being spoken, in rooms you've never entered, by people you've never met, in conversations you didn't know existed. That's not imagination. That's influence forming before arrival. Decisions were made that directly affect your future. Not someday, not eventually. January 19th activates them. And this is why things feel strange lately. Why you feel watched without being watched. Why your intuition keeps interrupting your logic. why you sense something approaching but can't fully see it yet. That's recognition energy. January 19th triggers recognition without chasing. A sudden opportunity, a message, sign or invite, a financial or authority shift. And here's the part most people miss. Recognition doesn't always come with applause. Sometimes it comes quietly. Someone remembering your name, someone mentioning you casually, someone saying, "What about them?" And suddenly, your timeline shifts. But here's the twist. The opportunity tied to this recognition does not look like a miracle at first. It's disguised. It may look small, it may feel unfinished, it may seem beneath you, and that's intentional. Because this opportunity isn't meant to impress your ego. It's meant to test your readiness. You might think, is this really it? Shouldn't it be bigger? Why does this feel uncomfortable? That discomfort is not a warning, it's a stretch, because this isn't the destination, it's a doorway, and doorways rarely look glamorous. They look uncertain, they look risky, they look inconvenient. This is where many Aquarius hesitate. They wait for clarity before moving. They want guarantees before committing. They want reassurance before saying yes. But alignment doesn't negotiate. January 19th asks for decisive faith, not proof. Say yes before fear starts talking. Because fear is loud when opportunity is real. Fear will say, what if it doesn't work? What if you fail? What if you look foolish? But fear never asks, what if this changes everything? This opportunity won't chase you. It will pass quietly if you don't recognize it. And here's something important. The recognition you're stepping into comes with responsibility. More eyes, more expectations, more weight on your choices. That's why you were prepared in silence. That's why your growth happened off stage. You were trained before being seen. And yes, some people will be surprised when you step forward. They'll say, where did this come from? When did they become so confident? How did they get here so fast? They didn't see the nights you stayed strong. They didn't see the restraint. They didn't see the inner work. But the universe did. That's why your name was mentioned, not as a favor, as a fact. January 19th doesn't reward potential. It activates prepared people. And Aquarius, you qualify. The sign may come as a conversation, a sudden offer, a message you weren't expecting, or an internal knowing you can't shake. Don't ignore it. Don't overanalyze it. Don't delay it. Because this doorway doesn't stay open long. Once you step through, things accelerate, contacts multiply, support appears, momentum builds, but only after you say yes. This is the moment where watching turns into participating, where believing turns into claiming. Comment, I claim it, not for visibility, not for luck, but as a declaration, because claiming isn't arrogance, it's alignment. And Aquarius, once your name is spoken, you don't go back to being unknown. You go forward as someone who was always meant to be there. Stay focused, because what comes next explains why certain people are about to treat you differently, even if they don't know why yet. Aquarius, this part may feel uncomfortable, and that's how you know it's real, because someone, without an argument, without a goodbye, without a dramatic ending, lost energetic access to you. You didn't block them. You didn't announce distance. You didn't even fully notice it happen. But something shifted. And here's the strange part. They can feel it. You can't yet. That's why they're suddenly thinking about you more than usual, watching your moves quietly, feeling restless, uneasy, off balance. They don't know what changed. They just know they can't reach you the same way anymore. Their words don't land. Their presence doesn't affect you. Their influence doesn't work. And that confuses them. January 19th seals this separation, not temporarily, not emotionally, energetically, This isn't punishment, this is protection. Because access is not automatic anymore. Access is earned. And some people were holding space in your life they no longer qualify for. But here's the twist. This separation is not a loss, it's a requirement. Because the moment they exit, something better enters. Not immediately, not dramatically, but precisely. The space they occupied had to clear for your next blessing to arrive. And if they were still connected to you, even emotionally, that blessing would have been delayed. That's why the cut feels quiet. No chaos, no explosion, just distance. Because loud endings invite temptation to return. Quiet endings seal permanence. This is where many Aquarius fail the test. They feel the distance and second-guess it. They reread old messages. They revisit memories. They wonder, was I too cold? Should I reach out? Don't. Not because the person was evil, not because you're angry, but because the season ended. And reopening closed doors releases energy you can't afford to lose right now. January 19th demands emotional discipline. Do not respond emotionally. Do not explain the distance. Do not seek closure where clarity already exists. Silence is not avoidance. Silence is authority. Silence is what keeps your timeline intact. And here's something important. The people who lose access to you will try to reconnect subtly, not directly, not honestly. Through random thoughts of you, dreams, social media curiosity, coincidences. Don't mistake this for destiny. It's detachment adjusting. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your energy is stabilizing. And once that happens, you become unreachable to manipulation. This separation also changes how others see you. Without trying, you appear more grounded, more composed, more self-contained. That's attractive. Not romantically, energetically, because people trust those who don't chase. And Aquarius, you're not meant to chase anymore. You're meant to receive. But receiving requires space. That's why January 19th removes who no longer fits. Not out of cruelty, out of precision. And yes, you may feel moments of nostalgia. That doesn't mean go back. It means you're human. Let the feeling pass. Do not act on it. Every time you choose silence over reaction, your boundary strengthens. Every time you resist the urge to explain, your authority increases. And here's the reward most people don't see coming. When someone loses access to you, you regain access to yourself. Your focus sharpens. Your intuition clears. Your confidence stabilizes. You stop leaking energy. And that, when the next blessing arrives, not loudly, but unmistakably. Someone aligned, an opportunity that respects your boundaries, a connection that doesn't drain you, but it only enters if the door behind you stays closed. Comment: access denied. Not in anger, not in bitterness, but in recognition. Because boundaries are not walls, they're filters. And Aquarius, you just passed another level. Stay silent, stay steady. What's coming next requires the version of you that doesn't look back once alignment moves forward. Aquarius, this is big, not loud, big, not overnight big, strategic big. Because your relationship with money is changing, and your relationship with power, authority, influence, respect is changing too. Not instantly, intentionally. January 19th doesn't drop rewards out of nowhere. It plants a seed, and this seed carries 4 clear signals: a new income path, unexpected support, a role upgrade, respect without chasing. You may not see all of it at once, but you'll feel the shift. You'll notice people speaking to you differently. You'll notice negotiations feel less desperate. You'll notice you're no longer trying to convince. That's power returning. But here's the twist. This blessing only activates if you stop underselling yourself. And this is where many Aquarius block abundance. not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, but because they've been trained to explain their worth, to soften their voice, to justify their price, to accept less for now. That phase is over. January 19th marks the end of chasing validation through effort. From now on, value precedes action. You don't prove your worth anymore. You assume it. No more explaining, no more begging, no more shrinking. You're not asking. You're deciding. And decision energy changes everything. People respect those who respect themselves. Money follows clarity. Authority follows certainty. And Aquarius, your certainty is forming now. You may feel uncomfortable asserting it. That's normal. Confidence always feels awkward right before it becomes natural. This shift doesn't mean arrogant. It means boundaries. It means saying, this is what I offer. This is my standard. This is what I accept. And then being quiet. Let others adjust. The universe responds to this posture quickly. Support appears from unexpected places. Resources line up quietly. Opportunities present themselves without you chasing them, because energy moves toward deciders. Here's something important. You don't need to work harder right now. You need to work cleaner. Cleaner agreements, cleaner commitments, cleaner intentions. January 19th removes power struggles. You stop fighting for position and start occupying it. And yes, some people will test this new energy. They'll push. They'll negotiate. They'll see if you fold. Don't. Not aggressively. Not emotionally. Calm confidence is undefeated. Say less. Stand firm. Let silence do the work. This is how respect forms. And once respect forms, money follows. Because money is not emotional. It's responsive. It responds to clarity, boundaries, and value. Aquarius, you're stepping into a phase where income is tied to alignment, not exhaustion. Where authority comes from presence, not overexertion. And where power is felt, not announced. But remember this. The seed planted January 19th requires consistency, not force. Don't retreat when it feels unfamiliar. Don't overcompensate when doubt appears. Stay steady. The more you trust your worth, the faster this shift solidifies. Comment, I know my worth, not as affirmation, as declaration. Because when you name your value, you activate it. And Aquarius, this shift doesn't stop at money. It changes how the world responds to you. What comes next is the final confirmation. The moment you realize this wasn't random at all, stay with me. Aquarius, this is the final message. Not because the journey ends, but because the waiting does. You weren't meant to hear this earlier. You weren't late. You weren't behind. You were protected. Protected from wrong timing. Protected from premature exposure. Protected from entering rooms before you were strong enough to own them. January 19th confirms something important. Nothing went wrong. The delays were intentional. The confusion was temporary. The silence was strategic. And now, it lifts. January 19th marks 3 shifts you can't undo. The waiting ends. The confusion lifts. The power returns, not all at once, but unmistakably. You may feel it as calm. You may feel it as confidence. You may feel it as detachment from things that once controlled you. That's power coming back online. After today, you move differently. You don't rush. You don't chase. You don't explain. After today, you think differently. You trust your first instinct. You stop negotiating with doubt. You recognize red flags early. After today, you attract differently. Not louder people, not chaotic situations, but aligned opportunities, stable connections, respect that doesn't require effort. And here's the truth, most people never hear. This level doesn't respond to belief. It responds to response. But here's the final twist. The universe is not watching what you say you believe. It's watching what you do after this message ends. Your response matters more than your faith. do you engage or scroll past, claim or hesitate, decide or delay? Because engagement is not about comments, it's about choice. Those who engage, activate. Those who scroll, delay. Not punished, not rejected, just postponed. And Aquarius, you've waited long enough. That's why this final moment matters. This isn't hype. This isn't coincidence. This is alignment asking for acknowledgement. When you comment, you're not feeding an algorithm. You're declaring readiness. You're saying, I'm done doubting. I'm done circling old cycles. I'm stepping forward consciously. That declaration has weight. And now, this is how you seal it. Comment all 5. Yes, all 5. Not rushed, not casually. Type them like you mean them. 1. I am ready, because readiness invites momentum. 2. Selected, because acknowledgement locks placement. 3. Block removed, because release requires recognition. 4. Access denied, because boundaries protect blessings. 5. I know my worth, because value decides outcomes. These are not random phrases. They represent the 5 stages you just completed. Readiness, selection, release, protection, authority. Miss 1, and the cycle repeat. Complete all 5, and you move forward clean. Aquarius. This is your confirmation, not that life will be perfect, but that you're no longer guessing, you're no longer shrinking, you're no longer waiting for permission. You're moving from survival into placement, from confusion into clarity, from hoping into deciding. And once that happens, the world adjusts. People respond differently. Opportunities feel closer. Resistance dissolves, because alignment doesn't argue, it activates. Welcome to your next level, Aquarius. Stay steady, stay silent,